Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The US and Russian presidents are meeting at a highly anticipated summit in Alaska, the first time they've had in-person talks in 6 years. Donald Trump, seen here leaving earlier on Air Force One, and Vladimir Putin started their face-to-face discussions, joined only by their translators. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is notably excluded from the talks and has warned that decisions made in his absence will be meaningless. Meanwhile, the war continues. Here, CCTV capturing the moment a car was hit by a Ukrainian drone in the Russian city of Belgorod. The governor said 3 people were injured in the strike. Video showed the moment the passengers left the vehicle before it caught fire. The governor said that as a result of recent attacks on Belgorod, a Russian region on the border with Ukraine, all public spaces and events in town would be cancelled until the end of the week. Flash flooding has killed at least 224 people in India and Pakistan over the last 24 hours. Dozens more are missing after torrential rains struck 2 mountainous districts in the neighbouring countries. Some 1,600 people have been brought to safety in India-controlled Kashmir. At least 60 people were killed in the remote Himalayan village of Chaucity in the Jammu and Kashmir region on Friday. More than 80 others have been reported missing. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, at least 164 people have died, while rescuers evacuated 1,300 stranded tourists. Aid agencies are warning of starvation in war-torn Myanmar's Rakhine state, with the World Food Programme making an urgent appeal for more donations to avoid a full-blown disaster. The agency has been trying to feed the rapidly rising number of displaced people in the state, including the 140,000 Rohingya Muslims who have been living in camps since they fled their homes during communal fighting in 2012.
WFP notes that in central Rakhine, the number of families not able to afford to meet the basic needs has reached 57%. That's up from 33% in December of last year. Despite dwindling resources, the World Food Programme is working to resume limited life-saving support in the worst-hit areas. WFP requires $30 million to assist 270,000 people in Rakhine State for the next 6 months.
Global talks to develop a landmark treaty to end plastic pollution have once again failed. There remained a split between a group of around 100 nations calling for curbs on production of plastic and oil states pushing for a focus on recycling. Speaking in the early hours, Cuban delegates said that countries had missed a historic opportunity, but we have to keep going. The talks were convened in 2022 in response to mounting scientific evidence of the risks of plastic pollution to human health and the environment.
The transitional government informs the national public of the arrest of a group of fringe elements.
Mali's military rulers say they have arrested a French national on suspicion of spying for his country in an attempt to destabilize the nation. In a statement, the junta alleged that Yann Vezelier was working on behalf of the French intelligence service. Mr. Vezelier is yet to comment on the accusation. His picture was also broadcast alongside those of a number of army generals arrested recently for allegedly planning to overthrow the military government. South Africa's army chief has been criticised after he reportedly pledged military and political support to Iran during a recent visit to the country. Members of South Africa's governing coalition have accused General Rudzani Mapwanya of reckless grandstanding, while President Cyril Ramaphosa confirmed he would meet the general to discuss his ill-advised trip. And King Charles and Queen Camilla have led a 2-minute silence at a service in Staffordshire to commemorate 80 years since VJ Day. Victory over Japan Day is marked each year on the 15th of August, the date in 1945 when Japan surrendered to Allied forces and World War II officially ended. The monarch paid tribute to those who fought and died in Asia and the Pacific, saying they will never be forgotten. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.